The U.S. Justice Department is working to convict the former sheriff of Marlboro County, Charles Lemon, after a Queen City News investigation led to his arrest.
How do you think yesterday went, Mr. Lemon?
He has no comment, Mr. Barr.
He could say that.
No, he has no comment. Thank you, Doug.
Lemon was at the center of our lost trust investigation. Video shows the then sheriff ordered then Deputy Andrew Cook to use a taser to shock an inmate several times inside the county jail in May of 2020. Now, someone inside the sheriff's office later destroyed that body cam evidence before our chief investigator, Jody Barr, obtained the recording. Cook took the stand Tuesday and the first day of Lemon's trial after pleading guilty for his role in the incident.
Chief Investigator Jody Barr, he's joining us live in Florence this morning, where day 3 of Lemon's federal trial is set to begin. And Jody, we heard some interesting details in court Wednesday on the sheriff's training record.
Yeah, we did, and those records prosecutors say prove that Charles Lemon and former Deputy Andrew Cook both knew the rules when this tasing happened back in May of 2020. Now, at the center of all of this is whether Cook and Lemon took this a little bit too far. The South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy records that prosecutors showed to this jury yesterday, the prosecutors say that those contain the proof that Lemon knew the rules, because in February of 2018, a little more than 2 years before this tasing incident happened, Charles Lemon completed the state's course on use of force. Within that is also when to and when not to use a taser and so on. Prosecutors again say this is proof that Charles Lemon knew what happened inside the jail that morning should have never happened.
And Jody, were there any surprises? Jody, were there any surprises in court yesterday that you heard?
Well, yeah, there were some surprises in the witnesses, at least from my view of it. We didn't know that prosecutors had Jarrell Johnson scheduled to come on because they haven't yet mentioned that in their witness list in court. But yesterday, the victim in that tasing video, Jarrell Johnson, did take the stand here. But first, it was his father, Ronnie Johnson, who took the stand. You'll remember Jarrell Johnson had severely beaten his father with a baseball bat in his bare hands, nearly killing him the morning of this tasing. That's exactly what got Jarrell Johnson into the Marlboro County Jail. Once he got into jail is when obviously you see Charles Lemon, and then that tasing happened. But again, Ronnie Johnson testified and told this jury yesterday that he knew after the fact that his son was tased inside the jail that day, but he said the only story he knew at that time about the tasing was that his son attacked Charles Lemon inside that jail, the sheriff, and you see that in that video. But Ronnie Johnson says he didn't know anything. He didn't know the full story until December of 2021, some 19 months after this tasing happened, and he knew that because we met with him. And I met with both parents of Jarrell Johnson, Ronnie Johnson and his wife Angela, and showed them that video. Now that's a video that they had no idea existed at that time. Ronnie Johnson told the jury it was our meeting again that led him to start questioning the story he was getting from the Marlboro County Sheriff's Office, office that at the time Charles Lemon was still leading. Now, he said the most memorable moment to him, this is Ronnie Johnson talking, again, the father of Jarrell Johnson. He said the most memorable moment from that recording, that body camera recording, was when the sheriff said in here, quote, "I know your whole family." And Ronnie Johnson says he believes when the sheriff also says in that recording to stick that taser to his head, that he was essentially giving the order, Ronnie Johnson told the jury, to kill his child at that moment. Obviously, Charles Lemon's side denies that he was doing anything to punish Jarrell Johnson that morning. That the defense says the only thing Charles Lemon and Andrew Cook were trying to do was to get Jarrell Johnson inside that jail cell and trying to use the taser to bring him to compliance.
Jody, do we have any idea of what's coming down the line today in court?
Yeah, we do. Well, we know that the prosecution finished up with Jarrell Johnson yesterday when they broke for the day. It was the defense's side. The defense's turn to cross-examine Jarrell Johnson. They will do that at 9:30 this morning when court begins. And also, I did run into former Marlboro County Sheriff's Lieutenant Trevor Murphy, who was the leader of Sheriff Lemon's Major Crimes Unit, the one who brought this video forward, and also the officer who sat down with us, took us through the sheriff's office, and sat down and told us about everything that led to our lost trust investigation. I ran into Lieutenant Murphy here at the security checkpoint at the federal courthouse yesterday. He has been called as a prosecution witness. We don't know when he'll come and testify, but he's locked away on another floor of the courthouse with all the other witnesses that both sides have subpoenaed in this case. So we don't yet know the witness list, but we can tell you that it is fluid and you just never know who's coming up next. But we'll be here to tell you about it as soon as it happens.